your playstyle is giving me heart attacks. Like, I
Really?
could not, never, never. The way you just play this game, just going in, checking what you can do. Okay, let's take this unit, and how do I get out now? I would be dead.
Hey, what's poppin', sexies? Welcome back to this little adventure in Aether Raids. Now, today is actually the final day that we have for this season, and there's only 4 hours left. And our guest tonight is going to be the one, the only, Eldervi. Eldervi, how you doing, man?
Hi, thanks, fine. So many thanks for having me. You're going to regret it.
Yeah, well, I doubt it, because you have been one of the most requested people that I get on the show, besides Phoenix Master 1 and Akaris. So I'm really glad and excited to have you on.
Wow, that's awesome. Your viewers are going to regret it as well. Hi there.
We'll see about that. I doubt it, because you're one of the most revered players, I would say, from the competitive point of view. It's pretty much you, Akaris, and Phoenix Master 1. Those are the top three, I would say, as far as how good they are at the game. Well, at least
God, I'm blushing.
as far as YouTubers go anyway, because I'm sure there's some, like, Japanese guy out there that nobody knows about, and he's probably the best player or something. But
Oh yeah, for sure. If
Yeah.
I can claim that from Levin City, there are many Japanese Karens out there
Uh-huh.
who really are good in this shit. So
Yeah. But at least as far as in our community with the YouTubers and the Twitch streamers, I think you guys are definitely the top three.
well, I put in a little bit of effort, so I guess I have an opinion that matters.
Yeah, your creativity with the defense teams is what got me into your channel, is because I remember when the 7th slot defenses first came out, where when we first got Saros, you were the one that, like, blew the whistle on the turn 1 traps with the dancing Sigurd dancing the unit in slot 7. So that's like what I didn't think of an interaction like that myself. So when I saw you do that, I was like, oh, this guy really thinks outside of the box. So I should pay attention to what he's doing.
True. I want all of us to have the same bad time, so just to make it fair.
Gotcha, yeah. Oh man, so I did try to get Phoenix Master 1. Just, this is a little tidbit for the viewers. I tried to get Phoenix Master 1 on the show. I did get in contact with him, but fortunately the man is very busy. Honestly, I feel like I'd probably have better luck getting Barack Obama on this show, because Phoenix Master 1, it's like you're making an appointment with the president if you're trying to get Phoenix Master 1 on the show. That's like how busy his schedule is. So if you want to get him on, you got to contact him like months in advance and then see if he has time for you, not the other way around, right?
So sorry guys, now it's me. I'm cheap. You can have me. Like, do you actually know that you're the first one to get me on a little chat like this?
Really?
I have never been invited to anything besides Bromains, obviously, and I'm gonna make an effort tonight that it never happens again.
Okay. All right, now you got me a little spooked there, but I doubt it. I'm sure they're going to want you on even more after that, so... Okay,
I hope not, but let's look at this. I'm very intrigued.
Okay, so we have 2 defense replays today. We're going to go ahead and take a look at this one up first. Okay, so 3 foes defeated, but he still took the win for some reason. Maybe he ran out of ladders or something.
Just say that I love your defense.
Oh, thank you.
Like, the Witchy Wand is so clever
Uh-huh.
against Fjorm. I really like it.
Yeah, well, it's not been doing the best this season. You've seen already, we've had a bunch of losses, but I wanted to try something a little different, and at least something that wasn't as weak to Elamine as most of the other teams that people use. So,
True, and to be fair, I don't think there's really anything out there anymore that does well continuously if we are not talking about full +10 teams or whatever.
Right.
It's just Anima defense is rough in these days.
Yeah. Because really, Catria Ball was the way you would beat units like Fiorm and I guess this new Lucina, who's the near save unit. But when they shut down Catria with Elamine, it's really rough. There's not really too many ways to power through these safe skill units anymore.
No, you actually can't use Catria in Anima anymore because it's an auto loss, to be fair.
Yeah.
Unless the enemy doesn't run Elamine, but you never know. So
hey,
it's rough.
I'm not using Elamine myself, so here's the thing, like, Elamine, she's great, she's awesome, she's a very good unit, but I'm personally in the camp that she's not a must-have unit, per se, because actually earlier on the show, me and Link King actually defeated a Catria Ball without Elamine. We did it the old-fashioned way by using our heads. So, I feel like, as good as Elamine is, she's not really a unit that I would recommend people spend orbs to get. And she's also, she does nothing in Summoner Duels either, which I think they're trying to transition into becoming the next big mode. So, that's just my take on it.
Well, the thing is, I've said it before, it's, Catria Balls have always had issues. Like, they were always weak to Gale Force strats and things like that. And there were even safe units who could still tank them. So it's not like a Catria Ball was undefeatable before. And the thing that really strikes me, you know, Elamine seems to be made to counter Catria, but she does so much more. And the thing that really, really annoys me is that Odd Recovery doesn't lift her effect.
Yeah,
for once.
I think that's a bit of a misstep.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid. It's silly and stupid. And I really hate that she shuts down IP chains.
Yeah, that's the worst too, because that's another way that you can possibly power through these safe skill units is with instant specials.
Yeah, it's just... And it's sometimes enough. It's sometimes enough to deny you that one cooldown reduction and you're just missing the damage. And that bothers me somehow, because it's not just Catria, it's so many defenses.
Yes, a majority of the units have some sort of effect that activates at the start of the turn. So if you're shutting down that, you're shutting down everything almost.
I mean, I'm curious to see what the counterplay will be. Because we had a similar situation with Miller back in the days.
Yeah.
Who was really powerful. And then they gave us Dancer Eldigan, and it was not really the perfect solution, but something we could work with.
Right.
But I don't see something similar against Elamine, because she will shut down the unit she wants, and even if IS gives us a high res free-to-play unit, it will not be the target Elamine wants to target anyways. So
right.
Let's see what they will do.
Yeah, okay, so we gave a bit of a ramble there before we watched this defense, but it's very important that we do that. I think the viewers like it when we give them their takes. Okay, so this guy's got double save units with the brand new Lucina and then Ascended Fiorm. We have Thor to provide special ramping to those two. Yeah, Lumeria and then Regan. Okay, let's see what happens here. Okay, so he's balling up his units. Typical save ball.
I love that Lucina art, by the way.
Oh yeah, she's
so
awesome.
Beautiful.
Yeah, her artwork is from the OST, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay, back and forth.
I'm not sure what the purpose is.
They're dancing. They're dancing.
Yeah, they're dancing.
Like.
Okay, so here we go. Legjarn is up first.
Wow.
Alright, Legjarn survived. Legjarn is a very good unit.
How much speed does that Fiorm have?
Well, I'll check after this interaction here. Okay, so she's getting debuffed right now.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Lake Jarn has a lot
Not
of
that
speed.
much.
I have rally attack and speed on Aether to give her some buffs there.
Hmm.
Okay, so I would say this guy is in a bit of trouble, because his Fiorm's taken a lot of damage and Ice Mirror has been deactivated. So, not sure what he's planning here. Alright, I guess he's trying to take out as many threats as he can.
True. I mean, what else can he do at this point?
Yeah, there's not really much.
I mean, he's doing fine. Obviously, we already saw that he lost a lot of units later, but I guess it was the best he could do at this point.
Yeah, there's not much. It's hard to player phase cav lines on this map because of all the walls on the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, what is your take on the 2 new maps that they added?
So I actually tried to use the dark one, the dark fairy one. I mean the bright one. I won't say the names right now. The bright one looks a lot like the very first map we had with the 2 water tiles. So it's just a more fancy version of that.
Yeah.
Kinda. The dark one intrigues me because these kinda defensive tiles with the forest on top, Cavs can't go through that.
Right.
So I was kinda intrigued to see, especially in Anima season where we have Regan with the extreme Kanto and also units like Erika with the extreme Kanto, to see if I could make use of it. But the few replays I saw were rather unimpressing.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. I can see them work, but it's not like this very first map we had with the 4 unbreakable walls, which everyone was using.
Yeah, there was no reason not to.
Yeah. So.
Oh man,
Let's see.
That's such a throwback. When Spring Breeze had 4 walls and everyone was running lunge traps. Remember that?
Yeah. I loved that map.
Yeah. That's when you had to really know how to be good at the game, because you had to do like true Gale Force strats to really like get an advantage there. I remember.
And I think it was the only time in the history of Fire Emblem Heroes when they actually nerfed something.
Yeah. They nerfed Spring Breeze, so now they put these breakable walls. I mean, whoever thought that having one map with 4 walls was okay when all the other ones don't, I don't know. That doesn't seem like correct balancing in my opinion.
You got 2 of them. How crazy is that? And now we have Elimine on top.
Yep, okay, so again, we have the new Lucina and Fiorm combo. We have Naga and then Regan. Okay, so this guy lost 1 unit and then he gave up, so let's see what happens here. Oh, that's a big mistake. You don't want to try to bait everybody at once here. Alright, this is not going to look good for him.
Did you check merges? Is she highly merged or something?
No, she's unmerged.
That's really a lot of confidence in her.
Yeah, especially when I have so many units with Guard and Witchy Wand. Yeah.
I mean, like, Sylphia is still one of the big counters against Fjorm, so...
Right. She did have Deflect Magic, but I think what this guy was thinking was that he would have Ice Mirror ready at some point, but we took that away with Witchy Wand and Guard.
I think it wasn't even the Witchy Guard, it was just Legian who doubled her, and whenever she's doubled, she can't charge it up.
Right, yeah. And he's not using Thor to get the special ramping, so he kind of lost out there. Okay, so that's our 2 defenses. Now, today I am actually going to use the boost because it's the final day, so we're still going to do 2 fights, and I'm going to take it the easy way out. I'm going to go ahead and rematch the people that lost units and still took the win, so it's a little easier on me. Alright, so we're gonna go up against this guy here, Jado. Okay, so Jado has a Catria Ball, interesting. Also has Brave Alm with his Refine. You got a slot 7 Selena. You have Duo Peony at +1. Saros with Distant Counter. And then Mirabilis. Okay. Alright, Alm is definitely annoying. He doesn't have Close Call, though, so I'm not, like, too worried about him getting danced multiple times here. Alright, he has his traps right there. Let's see here. I'm thinking maybe... like, saves... or I could probably player phase this, I think.
I mean, Peony will throw off her dance anyways. So...
what I'm thinking is to use this hybrid team, actually. I have an offense and defense team where I have Safe Skill Hector and Yuri. So I'm thinking, like, have Yuri take out Catria and Alm on turn 1 and 2 with defense, and then I can protect Yuri with Hector from these two.
You know, I'm going to try to be very chilled, because I have seen a lot of your videos this week. And your playstyle is giving me heart attacks. Like,
Really?
I could never. The way you just play this game, just going in, checking what you can do. Okay, let's take this unit, and how do I get out now? I would be dead.
Well, I mean, I feel like that's what makes my playstyle very exciting, too, is because I don't, like, do calcs. There's a damage calculator for the game where you can put in skills and check, like, matchups and stuff. I've never used that tool in my life because I just go in. I just run and gun. If I think I can do it, I can do it. If not, then you got me. That's pretty much how I feel about it. So
it's cool. I totally respect it. I'm going to try my best to help in a helpful way without hyperventilating or anything like that. So
gotcha. Yeah. I also get into a lot of trouble too sometimes when I play that way, but I seem to be a wizard at getting myself out of tough spots, as we've seen many times. So I don't know. It's pretty cool. Okay, I'm gonna go with the team that I said I would. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out Alm first with Yuri, because that way I can, like, avoid Selena being on the defense tile when she attacks.
Are you gonna abuse the safety fence?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we're gonna just do that, and then next turn
Shady.
I can take out Catria as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this.
I mean, it's just as easy as that right now.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Okay, let's get him over there. Let's go for a dance and put her over there. Should probably start breaking some of these obstacles too. Alright, let's...
Another one of these situations where they invented something to stop a very, very particular thing and stomping all over defenses.
Yeah,
I mean, it's crazy.
I can understand why they wanted to do something about Sigurd and Pathfinder, because it was just a little too much when he was, like, unrestricted, but then the fence is I think the fence is just way too powerful, if I'm being honest.
Think about it. I'm really a very a person with a lot of imagination, and I kinda act like these units are really in a type of fight or something, and when you're gale forcing something, you just imagine that your team is running over the enemy and they have no chance to act in time. But for this, you literally throw a unit in, you see one of your teammates getting killed, the unit runs out, and you're like, oh, wow, did that just really happen? Should we do something?
Yeah.
Nah, guys, I think we're good. It's crazy. Why wouldn't they act after one of their allies have been killed?
Right. Yeah, I don't know. The fence is a little too much. Oh, what do you think about this Hector build, by the way? The one with Aegis and Deflect Magic and Hardy Fighter.
I would say I love to hate it. I mean, it's really good.
Yeah.
It's really good. And I honestly think he's still much better than Fjorm.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, just...
He has.
I don't know.
I feel like he has better overall matchups against other things besides just using far save. Like Fjorm is really good against most of the far attacking units, but then Hector is good against melee too.
Yeah.
So he certainly has less weaknesses, and then negating armor effectiveness, I think that's the icing on the cake.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so
whatever they were smoking when they were doing that.
Yeah, for real. Okay, so I want to avoid... Let's see here. I want to avoid killing too many of his guys before I can get the pots there.
I mean, that's really the biggest trouble of save ball users. How to get these pots without killing everyone accidentally.
Right.
I mean, that's like your best chance at defending at the moment. Make these pots as unreachable as possible.
Right. And then
to lure these save ball users out with some unit.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Okay, I'm going to gamble on the trap because I have 2 dancers anyway. I'm going to attack with Thor to get Gale Force. Okay, it's not the real trap. So we will be able to kill Saros and use Gale Force.
Which build are you running on your 4? Didn't see it.
Okay, we have her base kit basically with Gale Force and attack defense solo.
Works just as well. So I'm wondering, can your Azura actually tank some hits from Mirabilis?
Yeah,
she should, right?
It's bonus season and I have double Fury, so I think she's definitely safe.
And you could probably just take hits until Hector walks his way
Right.
up to the pots.
Right. Okay, what I think I'm gonna do is... Well, let's see. I guess we'll just get rid of his ranged attackers first.
I mean, it's crazy. I'm gagged, honestly, seeing this, because I obviously don't I'm not using Yuri. My mostly used save ball team is Gale Force team in disguise. So I'm not really using this type of playstyle, and I'm really gagged seeing it like this. Because it's just...
It's easy,
so
isn't it?
easy.
Yeah, you don't have to think anymore.
Oh, and she gets free movement. Sure,
Right.
of course.
Right.
To cut the pot.
Uh-huh.
Oh my.
What a dancer, huh? Who
It
thought...
must suck to watch this replay. It must suck so hard. I mean, those were some really good units on there. Delina and Leaf and Alm, and it's just gone. They didn't stand a chance at all.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And it's not his fault at all. It's just the fence
No.
is too good.
No.
I don't know. Maybe they could amend the fence so it only works if they have a legendary hero on their defense. So it's specifically only used against Sigurd, but when it's used against normal defenses, it's way too powerful.
And let's be fair, I actually don't think you would have needed the fence at all against this team. Because this is my thing, of course. I didn't build the fence yet, so I'm not using it. But I think you could have just killed Katria in that first turn and went back, and the other units, they wouldn't have reached you this way.
And then
maybe Arn could have been... No, I don't think so, actually. I think you would have been fine even without the fence.
Probably. Well, anyway.
Okay, what do we have here?
Alright, oh, Blast from the Past. Reinhardt with Hardy Daring.
Tomebreaker. Hello there.
I guess that's...
Which red tomes do we have still in action?
Who? The mother, what,
Oh, yeah.
What's her name?
Okay, Henriette.
Right, there you go, Henriette. I feel like such a dummy for forgetting her name, because I love her. She's such a fun character. Okay, dancing... Well, I mean, all the Plumerias are dancing, but the bow Plumeria, that's kind of rare.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mirabilis, we got Duma, good old Duma, and then Dancing Sigurd. Okay, so he's going for the turn 1 trap thing here with Saros in slot 7, and Sigurd can dance and reach the bottom, but...
Where's the rally? Is it Lysithia?
Let's see here. Oh, he has it on Lysithia and Reinhardt.
Okay.
Okay, I'm thinking... Okay, Lysithia is definitely scary for Fjorm, but I feel I could probably just do the same thing I did in the last fight and have...
Of course you could.
Just deal
Show
with...
me the Mirabilis once again. It's actually not working, I think. Because she has no room to reach Lysithia if it's her rallying. Oh no, then... Oh, now I see it. Okay, so this guy. Sigurd goes below Saros to dance her, and then both Reinhardt and Lysithia rally him from below and next to him. And that's how the two dancers are gonna reach both of them. So it's actually a quite smart setup, if it works like this.
Interesting. So he has a double rally trap then,
Yeah.
with two dancers.
So you'll get attacked by both of the horses. Not with the safety fence, of course, but
Right.
in
Well,
theory.
uh-huh.
It used to be a good map. But I mean, he has only 2 thrones,
Oh,
so he's
gotta-
probably aware.
You gotta love this slot 2 catapult. Earlier in the season, I was getting hit by it a lot, so I just moved my fence over there. I'm guilty as charged, too, because I run in slot 2 as well. All right,
Yeah,
guys.
but I mean, there are no traps or anything, so you could have taken out the catapult without
Right,
any issues.
right. Okay, we're just gonna
Such
do...
a shame. It's a nice defense. I really
Yeah.
like it.
Okay, we're gonna do the same exact thing I did last time. All right.
So sorry for whoever is running this.
Okay, so... Oh, wow, we can kill Saros even. That's pretty dirty. I'm thinking maybe kill Saros and then next turn kill Lysithia, because Hector certainly has a better matchup against Reinhardt than Lysithia.
True.
I would feel a little safer getting rid of at least one of his melee units. I don't have near save on this team, so Duma with his one movement, not so much of a threat.
This Reinhardt will quadruple your Plumeria, so just saying. Respect the Red Tomebreaker.
Does Reinhardt even beat Henriette, though? I feel like she's tanky enough that she would still win if that happened.
I'm not sure. I mean, with double attack, I don't know. She's tanky. She's really tanky.
Yeah. And then I like to, when I was using her, I like to run Rower Wolf, the effective against Cav Tome, so she can just like one round any of the cavalry units.
I mean, I've tried her in Summoner Duels with Rower Raven, I think. So she actually checks Lysithias and Yuri's and all that stuff. So she's really good there.
Yeah, for sure.
For poor people like me who don't have the huge far safe units. She's doing fine.
Okay, so we gotta put Yuri over here, then we'll dance him with, I guess, Plumeria, so we can run up, attack Lysithia, and then run away like a coward with Kanto. Kanto is another problem skill. I think Kanto is too good as well.
Tactical retreat.
Yeah. It really became apparent to everyone when they added Summoner Duels how actually obscene Kanto really is.
Yeah.
Because before that, I mean, we're like, oh yeah, Kanto is good. You get the movement shenanigans and all that, but we didn't really grasp it until Summoner Duels. And it's like, yeah, I almost want to say a unit's entire value right now is how many spaces can they move and can they use Kanto.
True. I mean, I think it was very, very smart of Gast in his tournament to actually limit the Kanto users to 1. And I wish this would have been something IS would have done as well.
Right.
I mean, they saw... Oh? Oh.
Yeah.
If he would have moved over to the right, he could have been danced again and he would have actually reached your Yuri.
That is true. This is why I like to run armor boots on Duma, because had he had it, he would have actually reached Yuri there, too.
Stupid AI.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess we'll just do it with Thor, and then I'll leave Mirabelle. Actually, I don't even need the pots. This is my last fight today. But
Well, we have to put on an effort, don't
right. Yeah, we'll get the pots anyway, just for the.
We'll try. We'll try at least.
Yeah. Get some extra credit. Alright, let's get out Plumeria. Okay. Alright, then Mirabilis reaches Thor, so let's fix that. And then Sigurd will suicide into Hector. And now we just have to get the pots. I'll go for that, so Yuri can break that pot next turn.
Nice.
And let's just end the turn there. Okay, so right now, what kind of defense are you running, actually?
So, I used to run a Catria Ball, and with Elimine being the bonus this week, I just thought it's dead. It's dead. I had it still on for the first few days of the week just cause I didn't have time to switch anything. I'm busy.
Yeah.
So I just couldn't. But right now I've switched back to my prior Sarah defense with the turn 1 return trap. I've been using this in the past and stopped using it in Anima Season because the Regan was just that strong. And as I said before, with the new map with these forest tiles, I thought maybe I could try to revive it.
Okay.
Because Sarah would actually repo the unit behind it over the forest tile, and then I could attack like I want. And I was lucky to pull Duochrome on the Valentine's banner.
Okay.
So he's doing great work against the Fjorms and units like that.
Yeah,
but...
he's an amazing unit too. His assist with the guaranteed cooldown reduction for both him and the assisted partner, that's so powerful.
Yeah, it's great. And it actually procs when Sarah uses her return on him. So that's a really nice little gimmick because I can actually stop Elimine from doing her things.
Yeah, I didn't even consider that the healing assists could also proc his weapon effect where he gets the -1 cooldown. So you could use a return trap with him to get Deadeye instantly.
Exactly. And it does work like that. But the results have been so far. I think I've lost like 2 or 3 matches. With it, one against Fallen Edelgard, my best friend, at +10, and Chrome could do nothing against her. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's...
She was running the armor shield, so the swollen shield. So I guess it's obvious.
Yeah,
she wasn't even transformed for the whole time.
You gotta love people are voting for her in A Hero Rises, right? Fallen Edelgard, she has virtually no good fodder skills, and the only thing you'll get out of her is a merge, because most people already sparked her. But
true, I mean, I obviously talked to tons of people about that with my Hero Rises video and also all the Reddit posts and stuff like that. And I do get that people just want to have her and want to merge her, and it's the easiest way. For sure, it's the easiest way. If you get a free merge like that with the Spark, it's the easiest way. It's just for the long run. Do you say it like that? for the long run.
Yeah.
It's just not that smart because IS has released tons of counters against her.
Yeah.
By now, and she will continue to fall off. Like there won't be times like with Brave Hector that she suddenly emerges again and gets super viable again. I think she will rather get worse and worse from this point onwards. So
Right.
I'm really not that sure if it's the best thing to put all your money on her right now.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I'm actually more of I'm more supportive of the all-green banner for a Hero Rises. I think I want 4 green units on there. Because the
I mean,
rates,
this would be crazy.
yeah, it would be the best banner we've ever had in the game's life. Because
True.
4 crazy units. Can you imagine, like, New Year Dagger, you have, I don't know, Hatari Azura, let's say Atri, and then who's another green unit that's doing pretty good? Maybe Pirate.
I mean,
Nova?
obviously, with the green units we have, it doesn't even matter because they are all really, really good.
Yeah.
And you could make use of all of them.
Yeah.
And just the idea of getting them in such a huge amount is crazy. It's I made the post and the video. You would actually summon them with the same rate as a demote character.
Yeah. That's your rates to get a
And-
5-star, which is nuts.
I mean, I always have people writing me that they didn't summon a single demote up to the spark, which is also, it happens sometimes.
Yeah.
It does happen sometimes. But I have summoned so many demotes without even trying. And just to imagine that this would happen on a banner is crazy.
Yeah, and then it still has the spark too for non-Fay Pass owners, so everyone can spark on the Hero Rises banner, and we're getting the winner for free. So this is easily the best event they do in the anniversary. I always like this one.
I think it will be good. I think we might get 3 greens at least.
Yeah,
I think 4 might be a bit much because it's the player base is huge and there
Yeah.
are tons of people who don't even use social media or anything like that, so they
Right.
obviously don't even know, and then there are a lot who don't care. But I think we have a good shot at 3 green units and it would be great.
yeah. 3 at the even 3 would still be really good. Because
Yeah.
the last Hero Rises banner, we had double colorless and double blue. And I sniped colorless on that banner, and I got Ninja Lin to +10 in a pretty decent amount of orbs. I think I only spent maybe like just around 1,000 orbs to get her.
Yeah.
So that was pretty good bargain at the time. She still is one of the best units.
How many currents did you get?
I think three Corins. And then
Three.
yeah, and the rest were Lin, and of course I sparked Lin, and I got the free Lin from her winning the event, so it was very easy to merge her.
Yeah, because obviously there's always this color sharing issue some people have because you seem to not get the unit
That you're
you
trying
want,
to,
and
right.
it scares people.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well,
interesting.
I mean, to be fair, even if I had gotten a +10 Corin instead of Ninja Lin at the time, I mean, still Ninja Corin is a good unit to have merged for arenas, so I wouldn't have minded much at all.
True. Yeah, I mean it can obviously go either way, but with so many units with great value, it really doesn't matter that much.
Yeah.
You can make use of many heroes you get. And to be fair, many of the heroes I use frequently and a lot were actually pity breakers, which I didn't want to have at all.
Okay.
Like my Sarah, for example, who is the queen of my defenses.
Right.
I didn't summon for her. I got her, I think, on a legendary banner where Bramimond was on, and I was actually a little bit tilted when I got her twice.
Yeah.
Thinking, what will I do with that one? But now she's really the queen, and I love it when you get these units you didn't aim for, but when you start thinking about them and how to use them, you can really make use of many heroes right now.
Right. The units have been so powerful lately that honestly, I don't even see a point in building the older units anymore, because out of the box, if we just take the new banner, for example, let's see here. I'm going to go to the Valentine banner.
Yeah.
So let's say you had a similar red bow infantry. Who would even be a free-to-play red tome infantry? Maybe George? Or he's blue, actually, right? George is blue.
I don't think we have a free red bow, do we?
I don't think so either. Okay, so maybe
I'm not sure.
Maybe Crom isn't the best example, but let's say, okay, Lucina, for example, she's just an axe armored unit. So, what other free-to-play axe armored units do we have? I guess there's Flame Emperor, there's Sheena, and etc. But you could have them fully invested, plus 10 max Dragon Flowers, and neither of them are going to be as good as this Lucina is completely unmerged, right? So I feel like
though, the thing that bugs me the most at the current state of the game is that they are not giving out those skills. Back in the early days of Fe, when we didn't have these very, very exclusive skills, and you were like really hoping to summon Hinata for Fury Fodder.
Right.
Because Fury was like the best skill on basically everyone.
Yeah.
and you were building the units you had, because all of them, you had like the same fodder for all of them. You know what I mean? I mean, there were of course the more expensive ones like DC or something like this, which was really exclusive. But other than that, you had a really accessible skill set which you could use for your units. And right now, even with the free units they give us in Tempest Trials and GHB units and stuff like that, they don't give us these new skills, and I don't get why.
Yeah, that's a problem. Let's go over to the Grail shop.
I don't think that the new units would be outshined, because they have these crazy weapon effects.
Exactly.
It's the weapons which makes them really, really good. So why don't you give us these exclusive skills more easily, so it would be more fun to build these old units again, or these F2P units.
Right.
That's really bugging me.
Okay, so this guy, for example, he comes with close defense 3 and attack and defense 03. Are we running any of those skills on anybody right now? No. So they could totally do better. Okay, let's take Ignatz, for example. So this guy comes with speed and defense form 3. Maybe we'll get level 4 forms at some point, but for now they're not like... I like them as Sacred Seals, but not so much as passives. Yeah. And then defense tactic, again, defense tactic. Well, the tactic skills do have uses, but do we need that on a free unit? I don't know.
But for real, give us at least Bold Fighter and Vengeful Fighter right now.
Right, because
these are old skills.
Yeah.
I would even say give us Crafty Fighter on Ignatz. Why not?
Yeah, I would.
Why not? Who would it hurt?
Exactly. I feel like they could totally give us certain tier 4 skills, even like Death Blow 4. I don't see how that would be broken.
Absolutely.
It would just make everybody happier and have more fun building their favorite characters. Like Death Blow 4, everyone.
Exactly, and you will make the player base happy. People will still spend because you spend on the new units.
Right.
I don't think that people really spend much for Fodder anymore, because there's just I don't know, at least I don't. I don't really spend for Fodder. I only spend for units, and then I just go with the things I have.
Yeah.
But I think to build older units, you kinda need to give these skills out more easily, because it obviously hurts to kill off a 5-star exclusive unit for a 4-star pool unit if you're not that much into the unit.
Right.
And I think that is what makes it kind of boring at the moment.
Yeah, like, for example, Hector, the only unit in the game who has Hardy Fighter is Ascended Fjorm. So, of course, the Hardy Fighter build on Hector is arguably the best save skill build you can run for player duels, and I guess maybe Aether raids too right now. So I just wanted to get a Fjorm to sacrifice her to Hector to get that skill, and Fjorm herself is such a good unit. I can't imagine anyone wanting to sacrifice a Fjorm if they pulled her. So it's kind of, I don't know, they could totally handle the skill inheritance much better, I feel.
Yeah, and I mean with Hardy Fighter being out, which is honestly one of the best skills right now, and now we got the other one on Lucina, which is really good on the speedy armors.
Right.
There's just no reason to keep the Bolt Fighter and Vengeful Fighter and the other two, Crafty and Slick. I think they should just release them by now. And you would have so much more fun building F2P units again.
Yeah.
And it would benefit everyone.
Absolutely. It makes the game more fun when we can put premium skills on our favorite characters. Not necessarily the most meta characters, but I would totally build Alphonse and give him some crazy stuff if it was available, you know?
Absolutely. I mean, your Alphonse is pretty well built. I mean, there's a steady breath.
Yeah,
you killed an Ike for that.
Yeah, well, I had already had Ike at +10, so I didn't need the other Ike. I was like, who can I give steady breath to? I was like, oh, Alphonse, why not? Yeah, okay, so one last thing I want to talk to you about before we get out of here is, what do you think of this little old mode right here? Because I know this one has been very divisive with the community, so you being one of the more revered players from a competitive perspective, what do you think of this?
So, to give you a very open-minded opinion from someone who is currently top 100 in this mode,
okay,
I hate it. I absolutely hate it, and I will drop it and just never look at it again.
Okay, so what is it that you hate about it?
It's so... I don't know. There's so many things I don't like about it. I think it's really designed badly. I love Summoner Duels.
Right, I agree. The regular one,
the
right?
The normal one. I think it was such a good idea. It made so much fun. You could just go in there with your favorite units and play the shit out of them, and you would win some, you would lose some. It was perfect.
Right.
It was really perfect. And
yeah.
Even those few really meta-heavy teams you encountered, well, what's the deal? You just pressed on the surrender button and went out. And honestly, if it would go on like that, people would probably maybe stop using these meta teams, because if people actually auto-surrender, it doesn't make fun playing them.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So there's like a mechanism stopping people from using only meta units. But now in Summoner Duels R, where you are so heavily punished for losing, I mean, I think I've never seen a game which punishes people for losing as much as Summoner Duels are. And that is crazy. You can play endlessly as long as you don't lose, but lose 3 times and you're out, and it's crazy. It's a bad design.
Yeah,
it's a really, really bad design.
I had this problem last season, actually. Go ahead.
I get that people have a lot of frustration with it.
Yeah. Okay, so for me, they only give us 3 days to play a season, which is not enough. I think that should be 2 weeks at the bare minimum, because the amount of times you can play is not necessarily set in stone. So I had this problem where I procrastinated. I had too much other stuff going on, so I couldn't really play this mode as much as I wanted to. But then when I started playing, I ranked up to I did maybe like 10 fights in one sitting, and I was exhausted. I didn't want to keep going. But I still had 2 more fights. I only lost 2 times. So I just decided, I don't care anymore. I'm not going to keep playing. Even though I could have kept going, like, from time constraints, I actually could not. So I just decided to stop there. I was like, okay, that's good enough. I don't feel like doing any more. And that was pretty much it for me. I think it does work. I may be the one masochist that actually thinks I like this mode. But in that same regard, I do think the time limit needs to get an increase for sure. But
well, you know what the issue is. I think I've played 24 matches in the last season, because I didn't play the first season really, because I also had time issues. So I had to catch up, and I played 24 matches in the last season. Took me a whole evening. And the thing is, due to the restrictions that you're out after losing 3 games, they can't do it over 2 weeks because it's a PvP mode, and you have to find an opponent.
Right.
So the 24 games which I played, and it was on the last day because time issues, I actually played many players twice.
The rematches.
Kinda evilly kicked them out twice. I mean, if you lose twice against the same person and it's 2 out of 3 losses, how humiliating and stupid and defeating is that?
Yeah,
but if you do it over 2 weeks, you won't find opponents.
Right. So all they have to do is take away the 4 loss limit, maybe, and then. But then that completely changes the way that the scoring works, because it is based on who is playing the mode more, and without the loss restrictions, there's not really a limit to how much you can play. So, of course, there's going to be people just climbing to the top. The people with no life, basically, that can play the game all day and make it as high as possible without any restrictions on it. So, I don't know. I don't feel like the mode is balanced correctly at all. And not from a player's perspective. Like, from the meta itself, I don't care about that. I care more so about how the mode actually works in terms of the limits on the days you can play. The loss restriction, like you can only lose 4 times, the scoring and things like that, it just doesn't work, I think.
I think you could actually have made it work, and I actually don't know why they made it this way, because if you think back at the early days of Aether raids, we didn't have these high tiers from the very beginning.
Right.
Like we had limits. We could only reach like tier 4 or something in the first week, and it went up. And if you do it like that, you can actually stop people from playing all the time to reach the top right away. I think actually there were 2 or 3 players who reached the top level in this mode in the first week, and that's crazy. It's crazy because that must have been 71 matches or something like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's really out of this world. But if you would have limited the tiers from the first week on, so first week, let's say you can only reach tier 5 max.
Okay.
You can play as much as you want, but you have a balanced win and lose situation. Like, you win 100 points, you lose 100 points. You know, it's even.
Right.
So people can play as much as they want, and with time they will like progress, but they can also fall down. It's like basically any competitive mode. And those who are really good rise to the top, then we go into the next season, they can rise again. And at some point, it's similar to Aether raids, you will just be at your level, where you win 1 and lose 1, and that's where you will stay in the end.
Actually,
and it would have been perfect like that.
Now that you mention Aether raids, what if they have something like this where at the end of the season your score resets back a couple of ranks, so you have to just climb all over again? So let's say if Summoner Duels was like Aether raids, maybe the top players end up in the Vault of Heaven, but then at the start of the season it resets back to tier 31, so they have to climb all the way back to tier 39. So you would have at least some sort of live. The competition would be alive. It wouldn't be like you're not searching for matches and getting rematches and things like that. You could just, because everyone is going to have to play, even if they made it to the top rank last time, you know?
I mean, let's be fair, you don't even have to drop like 10 tiers or something. You can just, at the beginning of the season, let's say you drop just to a point below your current tier or something. You drop down 1 tier and you can just play 1 match, and if you win it, you'll be back up again. If you lose it, you'll be a little bit further down. Something like that. So if you actually don't want to play it, you don't have much stress in keeping the tier you're currently in. But people, even in the highest tiers, you know, Aetherites for example, even if I would begin each season at tier 39, I would still play the mode because I like the mode. And I think it's the same for Summoner Duels. People would still play it even if they are in the highest tiers. So you don't even have to make people fall down that much and force them to go up again. I mean,
yeah,
no game works like that. If you look at all the competitive games, people don't stop playing when they reach the top tiers.
Right.
It's the top tiers when it starts to become interesting. Like in Aetherites, if I could stick to tier 39 and play only other people in tier 39, my matches would be so much more interesting compared to at the beginning of the week when you have like a 50-50 chance of going up against a whale team or someone who doesn't even equip seals.
Right.
So
so
it would make really sense.
Because that's what I think the top competitors want, is to play the other top competitors, but
of course
it's not really going to work as simple as that in the way that this mode is set up right now.
I mean, I don't know from experience, because I think it works like this in Arena, because the guys who have like the full +10 teams are like in a small circle and they only battle each other. And I'm not in that because I still, up to this point, I think I have only 4 premium +10 units or something like that. But I think in Arena it's like that, and I actually don't know if people complain about it.
Okay, so
I mean,
we got me at an unfortunate time because I ranked down last season, but do you know how many arena crowns I have?
No.
Okay, let's go ahead and take a look. Oh, is it gonna even show? Hold on. If I go over here. Oh, okay. No, okay. I have to go to the inventory. Okay, so I have 166 crowns.
Wow.
And I believe I've only missed about... Actually, I don't know what the max number is anymore. I missed a couple. There was actually a very long streak where I had the max number of crowns. And then once they released, I think it was Choose Your Legends 4, because I stupidly decided not to hoard orbs like everybody else to get a +10 on that banner. So everyone had a +10 Brave Edelgard at the time, and she was the highest scoring unit. And me, without her, I was not able to maintain tier 21 that season, so I ranked down for the first time, and after that, I stopped caring, honestly. It was like, okay, I don't have to maintain these anymore. I guess it doesn't matter. So I've been more casual about Arena lately. So I think I've missed at least like around 20 crowns, basically, which is still a majority of them that I've gotten. And yeah, you are definitely right. We tend to just fight the same people over and over. I can actually name the players in tier 21 on a list if you gave me one. Because we're all like familiar with each other. We've seen each other's teams and +10s and what have you. So yeah, it is actually exactly as you described it.
But do you mind it?
No, not at all.
Is it?
Well, no, because it doesn't really matter. Arena is not necessarily the most competitive mode. People just
That's true.
build a team for scoring necessarily. Like, let's see my team this season. I was using this. So I have +10 Tiki with her save refine. You have +10 Winter Hilda with the other save skill. I have my +10 Ninja Lin, who is my highest scoring unit, and then Julia is the bonus this season, and she also gives us double Earth blessings, so she seemed like the best choice. And this isn't necessarily a difficult team to defeat, and it's also not necessarily a good team either. It's just the team that scores the highest for me, so that's why I'm using it.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't, like, Arena isn't necessarily a competitive mode. People just use whatever scores for the most part.
Absolutely. And there's no issue with losing either.
Right.
It's just like a time issue because you have to start all over again. But there's absolutely no downside to losing in Arena.
Right, and they even gave us the tactical retreat now, which wasn't a thing before. So they have made this mode a lot easier.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's a good place to call it a day. We gave the folks some nice little commentary there for about an hour. I know you're a busy dude. You got some kids to look after, and the wifey, of course. So I don't want to take up too much of your time, man. Also, by the way, viewers, this man legit had his anniversary yesterday, and he came on Discord and he told me he was getting married again, and I had no idea what he meant because, of course, over here in America, we call it an anniversary, like the anniversary of your wedding. But I guess over in Germany, well, where Eldervi lives, they call it a wedding. So he was confused.
It's wedding day. We say it's our wedding day, and now that you told me that it's the anniversary, it's obvious to me. So now I feel a little bit stupid. But we just say wedding day, and yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, well, that must be something to have your anniversary so close to Valentine's Day. That's actually pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's a choice. Let's say it like that.
Okay, well, I'm gonna let you go now. I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but thank you so much for being on and giving us all of your takes. I enjoyed it. I think the viewers are gonna enjoy it, so I would love to have you on again at any time if you're interested, or if you would like to have me on your channel at any time, give me a shout. I'm always available.
Of course, I feel I wasn't even a little bit as awkward as I planned to be, so damn it.
Oh, they're going to be asking to have you on again. Trust me. I know that they love you. I love you too. You're the champion of the first Summoner Duels tournament on YouTube. So you got a lot of fans.
And I had only to throw up like 3 times on that day, so yay!
Yeah. Okay, so that's going to be it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and definitely, if you have not subscribed to Eldervi's channel, there is going to be a link to it in the description of this video, so check him out, show him some love. And that's all for now, so this is your boy Tacho signing out. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will catch you guys again on the flip side.
So many thanks, and leave a mean comment down below. I love reading mean comments, so give it your all.